We like to think that our store is not about selling things, it's about selling creative works of creative people. So what we try to do is get people to embrace that concept. So Wendy has professed for years that we are not selling things, we're selling stories. And everybody has a story, and you all have a story. Every one of you has a unique concept, a unique community, and what you need to do is embrace that uniqueness. Homogenization is not the way to go. It is the unique individual concept that speaks loud. So what you need to do is to try to set yourself apart from others by being truly original. Do your own research in your own stores, and then come up with concepts, and then embrace it. Over the years, what I've done is I've gone through and in the beginning of every year, I look at every single month, and I say, what is unique about that month, and what can I do that would be heard in the crowd. So I look at the entire year, and I look at, I actually look at the year in reverse, because our fourth quarter, Christmas, I'm sure for everybody, is the most important part of the year. So what I do is I try to have all of my events culminate so that I can take advantage of that month when people really do come out and shop, irregardless of whether the economy is up or down. They're going to. Americans are gift givers, so everybody wants to be a gift giver. This year, in the last few years, they've been spending differently. So what you're seeing on the screen now, last year we had a major event that happened in Lexington, so I embraced it. I've been working on it for 4 years. We had the World Equestrian Games. It was supposed to attract 600,000 people from 80 different countries. This is the Olympics of the equestrian world. It was an amazing event. It did not attract 600,000 people. It attracted 300,000 people. It had never been in the United States, never been out of Europe. We didn't know what to expect. But I decided that rather than wait, like most of our community did, to try to figure out what crumbs would fall off of the table that would land in their lap, I decided to set a table and create a meal that was undeniable, that people had to attend and see. So what I did is I contracted with the world, he's the world champion sand sculptor, and I decided to do a commemorative piece, a sand sculpture that was going to be one of his largest pieces. It was 120 tons of sand, it was 20 feet tall, and it commemorated the events as well as the arts in the community. And over 16 days, we had people that did counts. We had over 100,000 people that came to see this sand sculpture. I have no idea how many articles were written about us, but I think there were journalists from 50 different countries that had press passes, and they all seemed to have come to do interviews in front of the sculpture. The governor came, the mayor came, congressman came. I had William Shatner, Lyle Lovett. I got to have breakfast with him one morning, and we ended up getting a lot of notoriety. Since we've been working on this for 4 years, I got asked to do all kinds of different things. We set up temporary galleries. I had artist trunk shows that came in. Some of them worked, some of them didn't. I'd say 1 out of maybe 3 of the things that I did really worked. Might as well don't know what order this is in, but there were people that came to see this sculpture in the middle of the night. As a matter of fact, we built a sandbox for kids, and people were coming, bringing their kids at midnight in pajamas, and they were playing in the sandbox out in front of our store.
Mike, can you talk a little bit about the nuts and bolts of promotion and advertising, and how you used the web and contacted your local media and got them involved?
Well, if we go forward, there may be, let's go forward a little bit more. There's, keep going. This group were people that helped me. Since this was a horse event, it was very specific. The gentleman that has his back to us has a television program called Speaking of Horses. He also has a radio program called Speaking of Horses. He also has a web site that has, I think, 200,000 people that follow his site. So this hits the real horse people. So we ended up sponsoring his show, and we got a lot of publicity with the horse industry. In the picture, the gentleman on the left is the World Equestrian Games, our TEAC web coordinator. He helped to coordinate information with the media. The lady that's sitting down did all of our Facebook work and our web work. The gentleman sitting with the gray hair on the left is a videographer. The gentleman in the middle is a photographer. So what I did is assembled a team of talented people that could get the information out and about. So we just we used every avenue possible. I advertised in all of the travel magazines, in the program of the events, and if we go back, one of the go back to the one with William Shatner. The Shatners are horse people, so we were able to get lots of events that drew that star power. So we did more than we should have, but it was probably worth it. Go back one to the, I brought in a woman who made these incredible Osage orange wood horses. This is one of the things that did work. Most of our like I brought glass blowers in, because I had no idea exactly what these people were going to do, but Josh Simpson came in and did a special show right before his wife was getting ready to go up on the space shuttle, and we couldn't sell his work during that time. But we sold 6 of these horses in 16 days, and they sell for around $20,000 a piece. So there were a few things that worked and a few things that didn't. But I think what you need to take from this is that you, by waiting for things to get better, you're going to wait and disappear. You have to take a step forward. You have to try things. You go one way, it doesn't work, you go another way. So networking is critical. Maintaining an identity is critical, and every one of you have it. I mean, you all have unique stories and unique concepts.